Ho ho ho.
Yo, Escanor, what's up?
Oh, ho, nothing.
Yo, Escanor, you simping?
Bruh, it's Merlin.
Oh shit, let me look. Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video. For this, we'll be going over a cosmetic review for the new swimsuit cosmetics and talking about them. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and go over the summer cosmetics. I've been requested to do this video a bunch of times, so we'll get on it. And don't worry, I said I would from the news video, but I got busy, so let's do it. Alright, so first on the list, we got Nunchuk Ban. Alright, so Nunchuk Ban does have a lot of different cosmetics for him. Total of, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 UR cosmetics, and he's also got the 7th, which is not listed here, directly from the white... what are they called? The white something. I can't remember. The 100-day cosmetics, basically. So he has a lot of different UR cosmetics. You really don't need to pick up his actual physical cosmetic because you do get a lot of free-to-play ones. You're going to get a total of 3 main ones free-to-play from the red Nunchuk Ban, the blue Nunchuk Ban, the green Nunchuk Ban, and you're also going to get 2 more, the first of which is going to be from the white, the 100-day, I'm just going to call it the 100-day. The 100-day one, as well as the next one that you're going to get is going to be from the new final boss that's going to be coming out to the Japanese version. You'll get it eventually, so you don't need to get it right away. If you're free to play, you don't need to pick it up, but as far as stats go on this actual cosmetic, it has 1% crit resistance and 6% crit defense. And as far as Bond subsets go, Bond is not like a huge crit defense warrior. Like, his crit defense is only about 20%, so he's not really getting a ton out of crit defense here. So I don't know if I would recommend going for a crit defense pickup on him. It doesn't really seem like the biggest play. As far as headpieces go, his headpiece has recovery rate as well as regeneration rate. There are a bunch of other cosmetics that we already have for Bond for UR cosmetics. And we have a total of, I think, 5 in total, including the 100-day cosmetics. That one, you could pick up the headpiece if you really wanted another UR headpiece. However, there are SSR headpiece that might be better that you could upgrade to UR if you're looking for, like, this red headpiece right here. This one has regeneration rate as well as lifesteal on that cosmetic. It is less overall stat gain than the swimsuit cosmetic, as you can see initially, but with cosmetic upgrades you can actually upgrade this SSR piece to UR and then make it better to make it so that that's a cosmetic piece you want. Recovery rate and lifesteal are really the ways you want to go for him. His weapon, however, is a decent pickup. It has crit chance as well as crit damage, so that would be a decent pickup. I would say that would be fine. Crit chance and crit damage are what Brian kind of thrives on anyways, as you can see from his substats. He's got 30% crit chance and 170% crit damage, so when he crits. And then if you ever run him with a Death Pierce, or they would come out with a new character that's going to be really similar to, say, Legend Gallant, he would work really well with that character. Bond's crit ability is very, very high, so that would be a character I would... that would be a setup that I would go with. Now, next up, let's go with King. King has so many cosmetics. I don't know if I would pick up this cosmetic. However, the thing that's really good about this cosmetic in particular is that King has 0% crit resistance as well as crit defense. So it does have the stats that he is really lacking. And when Super Awakenings come later on, he does get crit resistance and crit defense a little bit. So these 2 stats would help him out a little bit more if you were looking to get that. Also, he does get at least 5 or 6 chest piece cosmetics for free. We have the 100-day one that's right here. There's crit resistance, crit defense. Got one for red, blue, and green King, so that's 4 there. And then, of course, the final boss King event weapon, chest piece. And that's a lot of different free cosmetics there. There's also another one we just got on the Japanese version for free. That one, I don't even know what it was for, but we got it out of, I think it was final boss Taizu, if I'm not mistaken. Or there was some reason we got it. I can't remember what, but we got that one pretty easily as well. For weapons, should you pick up his weapon or not? I did, because it was crit chance, crit damage, and I was like, whatever, fine. The Dark Knight one, the final boss one, and the swimsuit one, I've picked up for King. I don't really use King a lot. I've also picked up the PvP shop one, so now I have 4 total for him. For UR weapons, as you can see, it's kind of light on total UR weapons. There is another one that just came out to the JP version we got again for free for King, so that's a total of 5 I would have, including that free-to-play one. This Halloween event one I might pick up as well, just because I like it and it's cool. But the problem with Halloween event cosmetics is they cost dollars and they cannot be picked up free-to-play as on the Japanese version. But they might change it for the global version, so it's free-to-play stuff. As far as the headpiece for King goes, it provides it's a swimsuit one that provides recovery rate, regeneration rate, and lifesteal. Overall, it's a really good headpiece. I like this because it has lifesteal and recovery rate, which is really, really good for King. His overall recovery rate, I think, is 120, which is pretty low as far as recovery rate goes, I think. And if he does get this, then it does help out a little bit more on his actual physical attacks. If you did want to go with any type of healing effect is actually affected by recovery rate. Recovery rate kind of just multiplies that effect a little bit more. So whatever healing effect it may be, whether it be a max heal gains, etc. But it's not going to on a 50% heal, it won't be like 54% if you got an extra 4% recovery rate. It'll just multiply it by 0.1, 0.04 or whatnot, I believe. As far as other things for the headpieces, though, he has a lifesteal headpiece over here for her. If you ever ultimate with King, this is a big one to pick up. That one's nice. The wreath over here, I don't know if I would pick up. This, like the swimsuit and this headpiece right here, the one we get for free for the final boss event, the 100-day one, those are all really good ones. The last one is completely up to you between Dark Knight, Halloween, this wreath headpiece over here, and the free one we get from Netmarble later on from a final boss event. So completely up to you if you want to pick up any more headpieces. He has a lot of headpieces at this point in the game, so I don't really know if you need to, but it's up to you. Next on the list, we got Meliodas. This is like a hard no for me, just in general, because you get a lot of Meliodas cosmetics already. The only thing that you may not be able to pick up is the Halloween Meliodas skins right here. These two are really hard to get if you don't have the unit. I don't even have the unit on JP, and I pulled for it like multiple times. So I don't know why I don't have that unit. There's the 100-day event one right here that we got for free. There is his release event one that's two for free. The blue Meliodas one that's 3. Green Meliodas is 4. So we got a total of 4 free cosmetics already, and then we have the global exclusive cosmetic that's not listed here already. That's 5. So my answer from the chest piece for him is heck no. I would not do that. For weapons though, that's a different story. This you can see for his release event, we got a UR weapon for him. There's a swimsuit weapon one, and then there are a total of 4 other ones. By picking up the swimsuit one now, you don't have to pick up the Halloween event one later, which is really nice, because the other ones that you can pick up are the pop-up shop one, the UR shop one, and then 2 UR shop ones. You don't have to pick these up at any point, but if you do want to pick it up, it's great. It's good for your blue Meliodas or green Meliodas if you're using it for a support character for a lot of characters at the game at this point. Only as a supporting unit, like cosmetic, if you really do want to use it. As far as headpieces go, though, however, Meliodas does get a kind of large amount of headpieces as well. You can see the 100-day event one, the swimsuit event one as well. We got 2 UR headpieces on launch for him. He gets a Halloween event one later. We have we also got a couple other ones as well. This one is actually a very, very good cosmetic for Meliodas. So if you do want to pick it up, not against it, but as far as chest pieces goes, you really don't need to pick up the chest piece. The headpiece though, that one's kind of on the fence. I ended up picking this black hat one because this one's really good for Meliodas. The Halloween event one I might pick up, I'm not really sure. And I don't know if I'm gonna go with anything further, honestly. Like for a hero support unit, I don't know if I want to like go super far in. SSR and UR is kind of fine for him. Next up, we got Giant Diane, and for this cosmetic, I'm just gonna say no. It's aesthetics, yes, 100%. Sure, if you're into Diane, go for it. She's your wife or whatever. But as far as pickup, I'm gonna say no. The reason I'm gonna say no is because Diane gets like 7 actual cosmetics free to play. I think you get one from blue Diane, green Diane, red Diane later on if you ever pick her up. She is kind of a limited unit, so we can kind of take that one away. But there's the 100-day event one. There is final boss Diane that you're gonna get later. The Dark Knight one, if you already picked it up, great. There's that, and there's and then red SR Diane is also another cosmetic. So there's a ton of cosmetics for Diane that you can get free to play for UR. So you don't have to pick this up as you're looking for min-max stats and everything. You do not have to, but you can for other reasons. For the weapon, however, we get a total of, I think, 4 here for total weapons that we actually have for Diane. So, and that's including the final boss event, the Dark Knight event, the UR PvP shop, and the swimsuit event. So the weapon, however, might be a good pickup just in general, because Diane does not have a lot of UR weapons that you can get for free. Okay, my cat is going apeshit right now. He's like behind the monitor. Where's your good kitty? You're so nice, but like, you can hear it purring. It's Jake's new cat, by the way. Cat's name is Tails, if you're wondering. What we got? We got for Diane's total cosmetics. For headpieces, though, she does have a lot. Weapons, she has a lot less, but for headpieces, she has a lot more. She gets the swimsuit one, the one from the actual main shop, Dark Knight, 100 Day, Final Boss. You could pick this up if you wanted to. She has a total of 5 here, and then there's also, I think that's it. It doesn't look like she gets anything from like Halloween or anything like that, because I believe Batrona gets one from there. So you could pick up the headpiece if you wanted to. It is a good headpiece for her. Not like you're not going to hurt yourself doing it. And only if you're really using Giant Diane in general. She doesn't really have a lot of good associations, I believe. She's associated with Liz for normal Liz, King at times, and then Meliodas for his combination attack. But they haven't come out with like an actual hard red Meliodas, not red, like blue Meliodas for the variant. I don't know if they will, but you know, yeah. So overall, I don't think there's a good reason to get her cosmetics for support. But if you're using her as a main unit, sure. Gowther time. All right. No. No. Do you see the wall? Oh no. Weapon, sure, I picked up the weapon. You can pick up the one from the Halloween event if you want to, but I figure like sooner is better than later. He gets 6 total UR weapons, so you pick that up if you want. If you didn't pick up like the Sailor event one or the Dark Knight one, then you're fine to pick this up too. As far as headpieces go, if you want, but he has 8, so. If you're light on gems right now, I get it. Just pick it up later. It's fine. No. All right. Next up, we got the most important one that we got to watch a few different times as the yep, that's exactly why we got to watch that a few different times. This is 100% yes, even if you have 97 cosmetics. Obviously, she doesn't have that many cosmetics. Merlin's kind of light on cosmetics. She needs a little bit more. In no way should you not pick up this cosmetic. It's a must pick up. She has just a little bit of cosmetics. She doesn't have enough. For headpieces, obviously does not have enough headpieces either. She's a little bit light on headpieces. You might have to spend the $23.99 just to even get the gem bundle for it right away, just so you can rock it. Just being honest with you. Weapon, it's a coconut. I like coconuts. I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's a coconut. If you had to pick one, by the way, and you're looking for one, it's a coconut, man. I like coconuts, man. That's nice. Crit chance and crit damage are kind of nice for Merlin because she has low crit chance, crit damage. Pierce rate, however, is another way you could go. Any attack that's really, really good. It really depends on the variant that you're fighting in PvP. If you want your 1-star rollbacks to do damage, you probably want a mixture of crit chance as well as pierce rate. And the reason I say that is because a 1-star Merlin, if it crits, it gives you that extra chance to break through the resistance barrier, say on like Gowther or like any other character that has low amounts of attack, and just critting on that is really, really nice. So when you do crit, you don't need to crit that hard, you just need to crit a little bit. And if they have a lot of crit resistance anyways, you had to go through with pierce rate. So if you're trying to do it on Gowther, it's going to be hard to do with any of these weapons. None of them are really going to help you so much so that you're really just going to always break through on Gowther if they have a lot of resistance rate or a lot of defense. You're just going to have to roll the dice on that. Merlin's overall character kit is not strong enough to get through that. Right now, pierce rate is more of a thing. Later on, crit chance can be more of a thing. You can just mix match between the two. For overall defensive stats for Merlin, she's really low on everything, including resistance rate. So anything you pick up is good. I would probably work on either crit defense and resistance rate if you could. Between everything, you can go with crit resistance if you want to, so she doesn't get crit as often. That's another way to go too. So we got Lizhawk, who obviously does not have enough cosmetics, with every freaking variant in the game having a cosmetic. Lots of UR cosmetics, free cosmetics that we got from the release event. She has a lot of cosmetics, but if you want to pick it up, I'm definitely not going to stop you. Free, you already have free UR all the way, and this is just the 100. Everyone in the game at this point that has Blue Lizhawk should, if they did have the release event cosmetic, should have 5 UR cosmetics for Liz, from what I can tell. Because we get 3 for free, the 100-day one, and then now, wait, 3 for free, the 100-day one, and then the release event one. That's 5. Yeah. So, yeah, you don't need to pick this up. No one needs to pick this up, but you know, if you want to. For weapon though, the weapon is a really good pickup. It has 3% pierce rate, which is really good for green Lizhawk. So this one I would pick up if I was you. If you're looking to go pierce rate teams or like green Liz teams, which is not really viable this week because we got Red Escanor like clowning us this week, super hard. These 2 weapons both have big pierce rate. So there's a Motango as well as this PvP shop weapon. So these 4 are like the big weapons to pick up for Lizhawk because they're all pierce rate weapons. You could, and then this is the last weapon that you can get, I believe, for Lizhawk. So this other UR weapon here, I don't think there's anything else for her. There might be another one. I'm not sure, but these 4 for headpieces. We got one from the release event already. If you haven't been working on the Lizhawk meta, there are lots you can pick up. Honestly, I wouldn't really pick this up if you don't need to work on Lizhawk. Lizhawk is not really a viable character recently. I have been using her against Escanor teams. So if you want to use her against a red Escanor team, use blue Lizhawk as that kind of strategy. It does kind of work sometimes, but you do kind of get destroyed by green Escanor comps, of course, that are still relevant in the comp meta, and there's still a decent amount of them. So I don't know if I'd run it all the time, but it is something you could run. All right, next time we got Gilthunder. And, okay, so this one's actually kind of a weird one. So he gets one from the Halloween event. He has 3 from actually just leveling it up for free, right? And then he also got 2 other ones. The first was with his actual night event. This is the night event cosmetic down here. And then the last one you could get was from either Swimsuit or Halloween event. And those are the only UR cosmetics you can actually get for Gilthunder. That's the only ones he actually has available. So if you don't have those, you may need to pick those up if you want to use him. Now, Gilthunder is like a supporting unit for a lot of different types of unit. He's really good for Lizhawk. He's got crit resistance for Griamore, Hendrickson, Howzer, and then also I think he gives attack to somebody else as well. I can't remember who he gives attack to. I think it was like Vivian or something. I can't remember. I have to look it up. Like he gives attack to someone. It might have been like Hendrickson or something. I don't remember. I don't think it was crit resistance. I'll have to look it up. Like I remember using it for reverse stages and he gave attack and I was like, what? But I'm pretty sure he does. But as far as defensive ones, you pick, if you want to pick up 5 total cosmetics for him, those are the 2 I would pick between the swimsuit one and this one. They're both fine to pick up. It doesn't really matter. His resistance rate is 5% regardless on the SSR version. On the SR version, probably around that too. His crit defense and crit resistance are also pretty low, so it really doesn't matter which ones you pick up. Just get as much as you can. The red Gilthunder kind of thrives off resistance, and whereas the other one doesn't really matter what you pick up. For weapons, however, Gilthunder gets a maximum of 5 weapon cosmetics, so this is kind of a needed pickup if you do want to get all the weapon cosmetics for Gilthunder, because he only gets ones from the PvP shop, the pop-up shop, the night event, the swimsuit event, and the Halloween event. Those are the only 5 that you can actually pick up. So if you did want to pick up the actual purchase bundle for Gilthunder later on and pick up the Halloween event one, then that would be a different way that you could save your money and spend less money on Gilthunder. But, you know, it does look really good. If you're a Gilthunder fan or if you're, you know, into Gilthunder, I'm not going to, no judgment. Yeah, it looks pretty good. For headpieces though, I would say this is a kind of must pickup because Gilthunder has almost no headpieces, and for headpieces, I would pick up the actual swimsuit one. If you just pick it up at 30 diamonds. If you don't want to pick up the armor piece for him and you do want to pick up the headpiece for him, that's an okay way to go. It's just because Gilthunder has no cosmetics. He does get a lot of free SSR cosmetics that you get from Hero Funding, so you can see 2 here already. But for UR cosmetics, he doesn't get a lot. So this is kind of one of the ones that you just kind of need to pick up if you want to use Gilthunder in your teams at any point. All right, then we got Daddy Howzer. And you know what? As far as guy cosmetics, I like his the best. I like the shirt, half one tuck here. This is nice. It's cool. Kind of dig it. It's kind of got that, you know, business pleasure thing, you know. I like it. Let's see, Howzer gets what, a total of 3 free cosmetics from his evolutions. You don't get any other cosmetics for free after that, but a lot of people at this point have the Knights event one, because that was in the heyday of Howzer and Pierce and all that stuff. The other 2 that you can pick up are, of course, the Swimsuit one as well as the Halloween event one. So before I make my recommendation on going forward, I would say you could pick this one up. This one has what? 6%, 1% crit resistance and 6% crit defense, whereas the Halloween one has 7% resistance. His resistance rate is 0%, so he gets cleaved by resistance teams. His crit defense is 10% and crit resistance is 30. So if you want to get him crit resistance and actual resistance, those 2 are pretty good cosmetics for him, to be honest. I would say those 2 would be the best. So the Halloween one is better, and the Swimsuit one is worse, in my opinion. For weapons, I picked it up already. Yeah, 100%. He gets like no weapons, dude. So definitely. He only gets 3 weapons that are UR. He gets the Knights event one, the Swimsuit one, and then the Halloween event one. Doesn't get a lot of Pierce weapons. I think there's a total of 1 other Pierce weapon besides the best weapon in the game for him that he does have for Pierce. Everything else is crit damage from what I can see. For headpieces, though, he gets 3 as well, and this is also kind of annoying. So if you do want to pick up the Swimsuit event one, it has a lifesteal on it, which is also great for him. So yes, this is a great pickup. I would say definitely pick this up, and you could also pick up the Halloween event one if you want to as well. Griamore! All right, so Griamore also gets 3 cosmetics, just like Howzer, for free. And then he's got the Night Event one if you did pick it up. I don't know if you did or not, but there is that one as well. And there's also the Halloween Event one. The Halloween Event one does give 7% resistance rate, which is also baller. The one right now for the Swimsuit event gives crit resistance and crit defense. You don't really get hit a lot on Griamore, but the thing with Griamore is he has 10% resistance rate, so any resistance does help him out a little bit. But he already has a lot of crit defense. So if you can't really crit, if you can crit Griamore, but you don't really crit him hard unless you have a shitload of crit damage on your actual kit. So anything with crit defense is great, and that's why the Swimsuit cosmetic is actually one of his best cosmetics in my opinion, because he can do that. And I would actually take this resistance cosmetic and say replace another one with crit resistance on it that you got for free already, like this one here with the Halloween event. If you wanted to min max your stats, if you weren't really looking to do that, and you just want to pick up one cosmetic for Griamore because you want to run them with your BDM teams or something like that, this is a good pickup. Yeah, definitely. As far as weapons go, the SR Griamore that you use does not use weapons, so you don't need to pick up weapons if you don't want to. I still haven't picked up any weapons for Griamore. I don't think I will, because I don't give a shit about Griamore, and very few people do. There has never been a good one, so fuck it. Headpieces, though, I already picked up the Night Event one, and the Swimsuit ones, as you can see, he only gets 3 UR cosmetics, so I'm definitely going to pick up the Swimsuit cosmetic right here for the headpiece. I'm just going to pick this up at 30 diamonds. I'm not going to spend $23.99 on getting 2 cosmetics and 30 diamonds. That sounds like a waste. I'm just going to pick up 1 cosmetic for 30 diamonds because, you know, I only want the 1. Well, I guess I could pick it up. I could pick up both. That's 60 diamonds got to burn for him. So I'm probably gonna pick up both for him, and I also pick the Halloween event one. You do. So the thing with Griamore is, like, once the Pierce meta dies, you want to like throw in another support. He's also a good support in a lot of different late game teams if you really want to use him, because he gives lifesteal and regen. His CC amount is not like really high on SR units, but like right now on the Japanese version we have SR units getting extra stats, so he's another unit that just comes back into play. So he's a good unit for like some long-term investment and does have a lot of viability for that. And as you can see, he's already relevant in PvP today. Once Red King kind of falls out of the meta because Pierce kind of dies, then he'll come back in a little bit more. When Pierce dies, what happens is like people just stop using it, so you don't need to use Red King anymore. Red King kind of falls off at that point too. All right, now we got the Jericho, who aesthetically has... I'd say, okay, so Merlin's my waifu, right? But this Jericho cosmetic is my favorite looking cosmetic of the whole batch. For total stats on this thing, I don't know if I pick it up. Like, she has, this actually falls in line with her like total stat makeup, and it really falls in line with her crit defense kind of makeup, and she has 0% resistance rate already, so she gets cleaved no matter what you do. But I mean, having good crit defense is good. I mean, The thing with Jericho though is you get a lot of cosmetics. You of course get the 3 you get for free, and then there's a blue Jericho on top of that. So there's 4 UR cosmetics that you already get for free. There's one you get for the Knights event that is also has the same kind of subset, so that's another one you get for free. There's a Halloween event one that you can get too. I mean, there's a lot of different cosmetics for Jericho. Now, if you don't want to pick up, say, the blue Jericho on the New Year's event or whenever it does come out, that's just, you know, one of the things you can just move on to a different character. That's totally fine. I honestly think that's fine. I think the blue SSR Jericho might come out relatively soon though, because they might come out with an event around the same time as Hell Demons. I believe the blue SSR Jericho, the green Meliodas, and the red Liz all have cosmetics that allow you to spawn specific demons and when you're doing your runs. So whatever cosmetic you have equipped, you can then spawn a specific demon. I don't remember which ones are tied to which, but if you do want to pick that up later on, that is something you could pick up for that reason, and Jericho is one of those units. It's Demon Meliodas and regular Liz, so they don't really apply to the swimsuit cosmetics here. As far as weapons go, her actual weapon is fire for her kit. It's a definite pickup if you want to use Jericho for guild boss at any point. Derriere is coming out soon, and Jericho's heyday is kind of at an end. Her reign has, you know, come and gone. But we just had a resurgence of Guild Boss on the Japanese version. So if you do want to use her, there's also the Hawk Boss that she can do for it. You don't really need to score on the Hawk Boss, that does not be there. For Purring Poo, she's really good for Purring Poo, which is a world boss that comes out later on. So that helps out there too, but you don't really need to pick these up. These are just kind of things that if you want to have flex damage now, that's a good pickup. I don't know if I would recommend it, but if you do want to min-max your crit damage, this is one of the best weapons for her in the game. So yes, if you do want to min-max your Jericho damage specifically, then this is a good pickup. As for headpieces though, she gets a total of, let's see, 4 headpieces here. I don't think she gets any other additional headpieces. So if you do want to pick up a headset for her, this has lifesteal on it, so it's a really good pickup in general. You don't need to pick it up at all because for Jericho, she doesn't really need another headpiece for content. If you do want to pick it up for lifesteal though, just so you make your fights a little bit easier, sure. But you don't need it. I picked up this one just for flair because it's cool. I like this one the best. The flower one's kind of cool too. But like Jericho's heyday is kind of ended. But if she ever gets like a resurgence in PvP where like characters that are, I don't know how they would give her a resurgent PvP, or maybe you want to use her for like SR Jericho and PvP later on. This would be a cool pickup for like a super long-term buy for when SR units get good, or whenever they start playing with the fleet PvP rules more, like they announced in the most recent update. That would be a good reason to pick this up. So I might just pick it up because it's Jericho, honestly. I mean, that's the only reason I pick it up. Moving on. All right, and the last character we got here is Guila. Guila gets a total of 2 cosmetics for free, right? She gets the UR cosmetic for red and blue. And then the third one you get, which we haven't gotten yet, which comes out later, is the Halloween event one. So that's the third one you get for free. It's not out yet. I still haven't picked up this Knights event one because there's no reason to use Guila in PvP. The SSR ones were just fine, so I don't need to pick it up. If you're into Guila, go for it, whatever. I'm going to judge, whatever. It's a good cosmetic for her, I guess. I mean, because she doesn't have a ton of UR cosmetics. I mean, she has a total of, what, 5? Yeah, 5. So, I mean, it's one of her 5. So, there you go. Weapons, however, she does have... I already picked this up. I use Guila for my Howzer all the time, and I use Guila for Jericho, so I picked this up because it was just a good pickup in general. She has a total of 5 cosmetics, and I use her for red book farming too, so I mean, I use her a lot, so it's not like I don't use blue Guila, and I won't ever use blue Guila, so I mean, the weapon was fine to pick up for me. And for that reason, I have like 2 more weapon cosmetics to pick up, and I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to get. For the headpiece, sure. She doesn't really get a lot of headpieces. So if you ever wanted to use a Jericho in a PvP, or not Jericho, a Guila in PvP situations, which you never do, you could pick it up. But like she is a good supporting unit, so she's good for Howzer and Jericho, as well as a couple other characters in the game. Gilthunder, she's good for attack. All these characters that you want that you could use, she's good for. There also might be a variant of Gowther later on that she could be associated with. We don't know for sure because of what happened with her in the storyline with Gowther. So, I mean, those are things that could happen for her. I don't know, but, you know, these are just things that could happen. All right, guys, my name is Sekapoko. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. You have a great rest of your day. Peace.